heard.
Sorry, you will be heard. You'll be listened to.
What episode are we up to? 17 after this, I reckon.
Wait, only? It feels like it's a bit more.
I know, because we've had a few mishaps.
Wait, are we actually?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely. Is that our cue?
Oh, that's our cue.
That's our cue.
Okay.
Thank you, Isaac. Welcome back to the Control Pod.
Oh, we're going to clap in first.
Oh, true. Ready? Welcome back to the Control Pod.
Yay!
We have had a few mishaps, but we have our audio guy. Isaac, we see you. We love you.
We
appreciate you. This is for him when he's editing it and he listens over, so it gives him a burst of motivation.
Wait, but did we not have a pod come out this week?
No, I got late and I've been behind. So I know. This is bad. This is bad. This is a conversation between Alisha and I.
Oh wait, we have a spare pod that hasn't been released yet.
Which is actually, I was thinking about it, and it's actually probably a good thing because we're going to Japan. So we do need a few backlogged as well.
True.
I'm also thinking on the 14th, we may do like a back-to-back guest thing, potentially.
Back-to-back guest?
Yeah, I might ask a few people and just see if they can come in and we can
backlog that.
Yeah, backlog that so that you all have some good tunes
while we're in
not tunes.
Japan.
Yeah, good potties to listen
eating
to.
ramen, living the best life.
I think so. Yeah, it's weird because Alisha and I, we've noticed that people have been saying that they've been tuning in. So we do appreciate you for tuning in and listening. I think whenever we're out, they're like, oh my God, like we've been listening to the podcast. Like, how have you guys been going? And it's been really cool.
Interesting.
And it feels funny because we had this conversation this week that we feel like we haven't been posting on Instagram since Steph left.
I know.
We missed you, Steph.
Yeah, Steph, he really helped us.
Yeah, I think looking at it, yeah, she helped us a lot in terms of getting content out for us and also helping us find ideas. But obviously it's on us to take control over our own social media as well. But I think just given the circumstance of, there's 3 weeks until we go, we really do have to sort of get a move on. And we also have to book in some more shoots and everything and get content done.
Yeah, for our clients.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a grind. So I think for the time being, it's okay. Like given context wise. Yeah. Obviously not an excuse, but some reasoning behind why we haven't been as active on social media.
Quiet. That's okay. It'll come back soon.
Yeah, that's it. How have you been, Alisha?
Yeah, tired. Good. In there, I was. What is it? Before the pod, I was like seeping cold tea bags on my eyes because my eyes were so sore from last night. I feel like that's our reality now, is like whether our eyes are sore or whether our eyes are not sore, and that's because we're editing like long hours on the laptop or just doing work late at night to get things done and stuff like that. So just trying to keep it up every single day. But that's the business grind. We've accepted that now.
For the current employee grind at the moment.
Well, we are like in the search for an editor, which is really exciting. Another step. So we've kind of figured that, we love the videography side of things. And I'm sure a lot of videographers will be able to relate. They love the videography, but they don't like the editing. So our issue now is that we have this massive backlog of editing, which we are so open about. We're not, going to shy away from. And we're trying to navigate ways to get it done. But, life and, just being a normal human, like things like that just don't finish that easily. And there's always bumps in roads. So, yeah, now we're on the search for an editor, which is really exciting and a new venture that we haven't looked into yet. And so very exciting journey to, come into soon. And we're offshore editing, so looking to, get someone that's overseas to help us out. And we've got an agency that's working with us and guiding us through that process. So, yeah, that's really cool. And that's going to be, I think, a good start to some next step forward.
I think, I guess we were looking at the breakdown of the week and 80% of our time does go towards editing as well. So it does feel like, sometimes smashing your head against a brick wall over and over. And that's no hate to our clients. Like without them, we wouldn't be where we are today. But it can get very, I guess, repetitive as well. But what's been helping you sort of get out of this rut or feeling a little bit more in control of your own life, if you have been?
Small things. I think what's like really good is when you run a business, again, as much as it's got its ups and downs and challenges, you've got a lot of flexibility in the way that you do your life in to some degree. I think like I very much hold myself very narrow hit minded on getting the business and the work done. And I think that's because I really want to like, enjoy Japan without, having to work or small things where like I can like have a weekend off because I've worked really, really hard. And so my mentality is very like just lock in, get it done, like try as much as you can to finish it. And if the work is not done, you just keep pushing through. And that obviously can have its like faults and positives to it because I'm very persistent, but I'm also like I have a very unhealthy relationship with just always working, which is also not very like good for my mental health. But what I've noticed is like doing small things that you are capable of being able to do in your day that don't take up too much time, but enough where you feel an impact that you feel that like just a tad bit better, um, or a bit healthier or whatever it is. I think has been really important. So, for people out there who have a business, I definitely would guide you to looking at your current daily routine and try and see where you can like make these small little adjustments to feel better for yourself. So, for example, recently Jen and I felt very, tired. I guess you could say almost depressive in a way where we just feel very like head against the wall editing all the time. So when we feel like and we were also a bit sick, as I say that, my
I
throat
know,
cleared up.
yeah. I'll jump in so you can clear your throat.
I
But
think my throat, yeah.
yeah, we definitely were in a little bit of a rut. Definitely in a little bit of a rut. And I think like, yeah, I was actually listening to this YouTube video, which has been nice. I'm on the sports YouTube and also the like self-help YouTube and also
Yeah.
like trying to learn DaVinci or like new editing techniques and those sorts of things, YouTube. But yeah, I just put it on last night as I was like going to sleep. I sometimes like just sleeping to a podcast, which I know you're very against, but or like having an AirPod in.
It's
And
just
I was
not
just like,
good.
I was just playing it out loud. But he was talking about how there's different parts of your brain that not coincide, that are all functioning at once when it comes to particular decisions. So I think I don't know what the title of the video was, but it was like, oh, this is the reason why or this is the one way to overcome your self doubt or self insecurity or like take control over your life. And he was saying how obviously there's your prefrontal cortex, your amygdala, and all these different parts of your brain. So whenever a decision is being made, like five different parts of your brain are saying their piece, whether they're like scared of the action or the decision, whether they're excited about it, whether they're lazy about it, whether they're angry, excited, like all these different emotions. So you're always like fighting for each decision to be made as well. I found it like so interesting because I think when we procrastinate or when we get distracted or doom scroll or feel really tired and like, oh, I want to have a nap and those sorts of things, you think like, yes, like having a nap, there's like all these different ways that you can look at it. It's like, oh, it's restorative because it's a good thing for you. Like you're gonna get a bit more energy out of it. Or it's like, oh, are you, I don't know, dissociating from the work because it's too hard and you feel overwhelmed? Or are you upset that you weren't able to get it the day before? So you're like trying to avoid it a little bit more, like avoid the consequences of needing to front up that work as well. So it was super interesting to listen to that. But that was just a little side into
That
the
is pretty
tree.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really gave a lot of perspective because I think like more recently I felt like more guilty about maybe not going to the gym or not following through with like particular decisions and actions. And then it's like, well, instead of beating yourself up about it, why don't you try and negotiate with the other parts of your brain or the other emotions that you're feeling to figure out why you are feeling that way? So I thought that was really, really interesting
Ooh, I love that.
in the way that you can,
Negotiate with your brain.
yeah. So especially this morning as well, like I had an alarm set for 5:30, got up, I was so groggy and I don't know what is wrong with our bed or whether it's like diet or whether it's just how worn out we are. But there was every decision for me to like just stay in bed as well. And like I tried to go to bed earlier that night. Was woken up by you as well.
Eee.
But I don't know. I think I like negotiated with myself. I was like, well, you're still gonna go. You know that your session's gonna take a little shorter now because Jules has thankfully programmed some pretty good workings. But he I was like, okay, shut your eyes, but set this 5-minute timer. And then after that, you have to get up as well. So then it's like setting these like non-negotiables so that you can actually get out, so that you're negotiating with that part of your brain, I guess.
Yeah.
And there's so much information out there that's telling you like, you get up and the alarm like goes off, you have to get up. Otherwise, if you go back to bed, then you're resetting your sleep cycle and you're gonna go back into a deep sleep again. And that's like not restorative for your brain and all these sorts of things. And then you get into that and you're like, well, oh gosh, like if I fall back asleep, like I should just fall back asleep for the sake of it because I'm tired and run down. But then further down the line, you're like, I feel bad because I haven't gone to the gym. And then I can't go to the gym now because I've got all this work to do as well. So it's like pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's a really psychological cycle you
Yeah.
put yourself through. But it's good though, because you're like really starting to pick up on how your brain like kind of functions and works. I think for me, I was like very close to that prior to the business. And then obviously with the business, I have drowned myself into the business loop, which is like fine for now because I know that it's going to be worth it all when we get people to do the job that we are doing. And then
Absolutely.
like that's like then all that hard work that I did, that I put those nights into or worked beyond what I needed to, was worth it for me. And that's my satisfaction for my life, you know? So yeah, the small things that help. Going to the gym has been sounding like really good for you, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, I think well we hello Choco, she's just gotten up. We
You see like Choco's like little ears at the very edge of the screen.
Yeah, literally. We always talk about this privately, like between the two of us, and I think maybe not arguments, but it's one thing that you definitely provide feedback on with myself is like this idea of needing to let go of who I was as a person. And I guess when we look at who I was as a person, it was a freelancer and someone who only had 2 clients and wasn't a business owner, um, was bodybuilding, powerlifting. That was all sort of past Jadyn as well. And I was so married to that personality that coming out of last year, moving into this year and building control, it was like I was fighting so hard to like keep those two worlds together. Um, and it's yeah, constant dialogue within our relationship. It's like you're not that person anymore. And it's not like a you coming at me in a negative way. It's like a almost a reality check of like I love you and I understand that this is a big part of your life, but the way that you went about it, like, you know, those 2-hour gym sessions or just being able to do whatever you wanted whenever you could, like that just isn't something that's going to be realistic moving forward, especially if we want to build control to where we want to build it. So, like I appreciate that aspect of you, and I think that is a small thing. Like it's a big thing actually for me. Like it's a whole identity shift as well. And people might just be like, "Well, just find a time to go to the gym," and it's like, "Well, I think I get it now."
I think
Like,
when you were a freelancer, you had more time
oh yeah,
to
big
go to the
time.
gym because your hours were just like you just had two, 3 clients and that was okay, you know. And you were also at home; you weren't paying rent. That's another thing to think about as well. Like now you have rent due, bills due. Like just 3 clients isn't enough, especially for a lifestyle that you want to live that you don't feel financially like stuck to yourself. You want to be able to enjoy the life that you live. Like you don't want to make this effort to move all the way into the city and to like live this life and then feel stressed every week that you still can't go out to eat or go out sometimes for a shop. That to me is just not sustainable for the type of life that we choose to have. So it's like why limit yourself there? Why don't you just work hard to then be able to have like, you know, the opportunity to then maybe hire someone or, you know, grow a business and then, you know, have that work. Because imagine like right now it sucks, but then next year we've got a team of 3, 4 editors who are doing all our work and we're just churning and we can focus on digital products or I don't know, a community or, you know, podcast space and we
Mm,
can have more time and more money to then focus on other things into the business that then give us more excitement and joy. And so then now next year, if you were sitting in that position, all of the hard work this year would have meant like it meant in a good way that it would have been what it needed to be for that position to be
mm,
there. I think people forget about that in their journey. I think that's what I struggle with is like a lot of people are like, oh, the business journey is too hard, or you can't do it because I don't want to like go through, you know, the pain and all that struggle and whatever. But you have to go through that leap, that first shit leap to then see the end of that tunnel. And then there's going to be another shit leap of something else after that. But you don't know what that's going to look like until after you cross that bridge, right? So it's just a matter of just keep pushing through to the point where you see at least the end of the tunnel somewhere. If you don't see the end of the tunnel, then maybe it's not the best to do the business route. But if you see an end of tunnel situation, then why not try and get to it?
Which we are getting to end of year, so that goal setting piece is absolutely like one of those things that we should probably start thinking about as well. I think, for me, I probably need to have a look and refine my goals more regularly, because I think, sometimes it is very easy to just feel lost in the sauce, basically, and there is no ends to this. But I was gonna say something, but I think no, it's been quite a grappling experience. I think, like, just being I feel like I've been thrown around in all these different shapes and forms, and obviously, like, gym, as much as people are like, like, it gives me like mental clarity and those sorts of things, like the body dysmorphia aspect of it, and like comparing yourself to what you used to look like, what your habits used to be. Like, there are definitely times where you do battle with that, and you feel like what's happened, basically, and you question your work ethic. I question my work ethic big time, but I guess it's just being poured into a different bucket at the moment. So but no, I think finding routine again, or like negotiating with myself as to whether I can get to the gym or not, or um whether I do show up for the gym session, has been pretty rewarding as well. And I think, like, when you start to compound and accumulate a few more wins and you start going a bit more, that's how you can build the momentum too. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel similar, but in different ways. So, like, for me, I think because, like I said before in the beginning of this pod, like, where I've put myself in this very like business underground lock-in mode. For me, like, going to the gym at the moment isn't something that my mental capacity is capable of doing realistically, where I feel a sense of enjoyment or satisfaction out of it. Because there's a difference between going to the gym and feeling good about yourself after, but there's a difference between going to the gym because you feel like it's a chore, and then you're basically there and you're just thinking about when you can leave. And I noticed that I started having those behaviors, whether it's like even with drumming or with gym or things that I am told to do that I don't want to do. And I get to the place and I'm like already like, oh, it's 8:30. Can I go home? Like, when can I go home? Okay, I could try and go home 8:45. Or maybe I'll cut my session even shorter because it's easier to just go home. And I'm already thinking about when I can go home. And to me, that doesn't feel any sort of enjoyment or satisfaction. I tend to feel very like strained and almost feel like it's a waste of my time. And that's not healthy because there are points where I've been to the gym or done taiko or whatever, and I've actually like gone, I've loved it. But those are very like short moments out of the other times where I have felt a lot more like strained. And so right now I know that I'm just accepting the fact that my mental capacity is not there for those types of things. But what I can do is like small things where I feel very satisfied. And so, for example, like using the walking pad that we have. So Jadyn has a walking pad that he bought last year. While you were like working. And I didn't really notice you've been using it that much, to be honest. I think maybe that's why it like registered to me. I was like, maybe I should use it if you're not going to use it. But now you're using it as much as I am now, which is good. Which is good. I want us to use it.
Yeah.
But this idea of like typing on the laptop if I do admin or like editing a little bit and walking at the same time.
I'm gonna cut. I don't think I used it because when I'm editing, like,
Oh,
sometimes I'm like shaking and shit.
shake and
And
stuff.
also with the Fitbit or like wearing watches and stuff, it doesn't register on the watch.
It doesn't?
No, because your wrist is like on the desk. So then,
but that's also that to me is like, I also am not a fan of looking at numbers of things.
Yeah,
that's what
right.
I've realized. Like, I was speaking to someone who was talking to me about how I had this idea of wanting to be under 60 kilos, like seeing the 5 figure next to my number. And that person was like, this was Jazz. Bless her.
Shut up,
She
Jazz.
was like, don't try and aim for a number. Why don't you aim for a look? And I was like, cool, this is like a cool idea. And then also, like, I think I realized that because I stopped the idea of having that because I realized that when I count calories or I'm conscious of calories or I'm conscious of steps, like how many steps I've done, it puts me in such a negative downward spiral of like, oh my God, I haven't done 10,000 steps. Fuck, I'm such a shit person. Or I like start judging myself because I haven't achieved the goal. And I'm like, why am I setting goals in my head? Why am I setting goals in my head of numbers that, you know, might not be achievable on some days, but are on some. Like I can't keep holding that to myself because I will fall into a very negative pattern of myself. So that's why the last like 2-3 weeks, I'm like, I got rid of the idea of like setting figurative values of deadlines and just like working with what I can. And I feel like that's been so positive for me. And I have felt so much better the last like week and a half.
Yeah.
Even though I've been sick, put that aside. But
mentally,
I feel a lot better because I'm not worried about the meals I'm eating. I'm not counting the protein intake. I'm not like stressed about how many steps I've done. I just know that I've done a good amount of walking today. So it's good. Like, well, habit stacking is what we're calling it. You know, where, you know, I'm writing admin or emails and I'm doing 1 to 2. I'm doing as much as I can 2 hours of walking on a treadmill. So I'll do like 1 hour on, sit down for 30 minutes and then an hour again. And because also if I walk for 2 hours straight, my back actually like hurts. Yeah. I've got lower back issues. So that's been like really helpful. And that's something that I think has really helped me feel really accomplished. Even if I haven't done any like tangible editing, I still come out of that day feeling like really good about myself.
Yeah, it's good.
And that's the same with cold showers now. I feel like we had a moment where we were sick and we were just like in a rut in bed.
Probably should have cold showered when we were sick, but
really?
Yeah, maybe not.
Is it bad to have when you're sick?
I actually don't know. Yeah, Isaac started you said
that. I don't know. We're a bit rogue.
You know, I had a mate who did it at night. I was like, bro, why are you having a cold shower? Why?
What's wrong with that?
Because aren't you in a high? Don't you feel like more energized after a cold shower?
But I feel energized after a shower anyway.
That's
true. Why I try and have a shower earlier in the day, because if I have a shower at like 10 or 11 p.m., I'm right awake again. Like I'm very like, I don't know, maybe this sounds a bit special, but I'm very like sensory type of person.
It's the autism.
Like if I have a shower at 10 p.m., I know I'm going to be awake for the next 2 hours. Like full stop. I'm not going to be able to fall asleep, especially if I've washed my hair because I have to dry my hair as well. So I'd rather have a shower at 5, do the work and then go to bed like 10 or whatever, rather than shower, or whether it's a cold or not cold. I don't know. That doesn't really matter to me. But that's been really like good.
It's good. I think what I'm noticing is whether this is like, this might be a weird link, but whether it's the attachment to like social media, whether you get like validation through likes, comments, shares, views, those sorts of things, and then you associate it to like in real life, you're like gamifying your life, but does that get like really toxic? And yeah, by the sounds of things, absolutely, particularly for women as well. That I just wanted to talk on that weight thing. Like I don't think, like obviously if you're prepping for a show and those sorts of things, like doing weigh-ins and those sorts of things are like not non-negotiable. But as a woman, like you guys go through so many different hormonal changes and fluctuations that it doesn't make sense to validate yourself through a number. I guess like for myself and like my weight goals, I know that if I'm like 3, 4, 5 kilos less than I am right now, I'd be pretty like content and not as chubby, maybe lose a bit of face fat, a bit of neck fat and that sort of stuff. But that's like why I would track it number wise. But I get exactly what you're saying. Like sometimes I don't hit 10,000 steps and that's because, just being cooped up in the room all day and only been out to walk like choco or out for a client meeting. But yeah, I do beat myself up and then put myself in this negative loop as well. So it's pretty toxic.
Yeah, I don't like it. And I think about my life last year and I didn't do that. I didn't count numbers or I didn't look at like what steps I've done. I just did the life that I did, whether it was like walking to work instead of taking the tram on some days when it was sunny, or I just did things that were proactively within my own self that I felt like doing. And that just gave me, that just ended up giving me the good reward of it in return. I've noticed that that's what I feel more empowered in doing. Whereas like I've just gone, you know what, today I feel like a cold shower. And then we got up and we did it and we felt great after. We felt like awakened again. And that was awesome. Like that was just like a great moment for me and for you maybe as well. And so those are the things as well that I feel like very happy about, like where I feel I'm really achieving a step forward in my like personal growth or personal care. So those are like the small things that we've been like, I guess, habit stacking ourselves into, which I really like. What else did we mention before? We were talking about
look good, feel good.
Yeah.
So I think I've missed like just dressing up. I'd say like I have an okay fashion sense.
You have a great fashion sense.
I love clothes, and I love being able to dress up and stuff. And obviously, I spoke about this on my Instagram, but yeah, that alopecia and like the bald spot really fucked with my confidence so bad. Like it really took a toll on my mental health for sure. And it's like a little I was like saying buzz cut. You reckon buzz cut Jadyn back again?
Buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
I know I can pull off
You can.
a lot of hairstyles.
You've done the buzz cut. It looks awesome.
I've done the buzz. I've done the short back and sides. I've done curtains. I've done whatever this is, grown out. Done a mullet. Done bleach buzz. Done a perm.
I wasn't a fan of the bleached buzz, but
yeah, bleach buzz.
Maybe you should go for a buzz.
Maybe not.
Your face is like
maybe not as we go to Japan, but yeah, we'll see how
after
we go.
that.
After that, potentially summer Jadyn, and then repeat the whole cycle again.
Ooh.
I feel like I go through literally. This is like a yearly occurrence, or maybe a 1.5 year occurrence of like I just buzz my hair and then grow it. I buzz my hair with you.
No.
No. I did. I shaved it. It was a long buzz. Wait. Remember? It was just so random. Like I was like, nah, I don't like my hair anymore. And then I just buzzed it with Brendan.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the shower.
Or your mum did it.
Nah, Brendan did it in the shower. And it was so chopped. And then mum redid it.
I think so. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But no, that really took a toll on my mental health. I was like, fuck me. I'm so stressed and like burnt out that I'm losing hair at this point. It's like that was a really scary thing to come to terms with.
Yeah, you get really physical signs of stress.
Yes.
Which is really like interesting. I mean, like not that it's good or bad. Like it's interesting. From my perspective, it's very interesting because I don't necessarily get physical signs of stress. I get
very irritable.
I get emotional. Yeah. Maybe I don't know if it's like a female.
I feel like I get irritable. Like I'm very like short and blunt. A little bit more. A bit like agitated when I am a bit stressed, or a bit more like snappy, like sort of don't talk to me sort of thing. Which is probably not good.
No, but you get like really physical. Sorry, I've just bumped the mic. I'm so sorry, Isaac. You get physical signs of stress though, because you get ulcers too.
Yeah.
And I've never gotten or bloody nose.
Blood nose, yeah, true.
I don't get any of that, which is really wild and interesting. Like your body is like.
My body's a temple.
It's clockworking around you right now.
And my temple's being broken.
You fragile soul.
Yeah, I actually am. I feel like I'd very much show it like physically, like. Fuck, I reckon I've had that many ulcers throughout this year. It's been really bad. And then, the bulb patch. And then I'm glad it hasn't been skin.
Noses.
I'm glad it hasn't been skin as bad.
What, like eczema?
Nah, like pimples and...
Yeah, your skin's great. That's because
you go through it and absolutely...
I do the girlfriend job.
Yeah, the girlfriend job. Classic. Shout out to all the boyfriends that have to endure that pain.
Hey, it works. Recommend. Look, it works.
Yeah, actually, would recommend. It fucking hurts, but it would recommend.
Your skin's really clear.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I curl my hair. That's like my non-negotiable. Going back to the non-negotiable stuff, like you going to the gym or dressing up. I tend to feel very comfortable when I'm like in sweats because to me,
you feel comfortable, but I feel like you have your moments where you're like, I just miss feeling feminine.
Correct. Yes. And that's where like we go out for shoots. I should make more of an effort to dress up about it because then that makes me feel like a lot more,
boss bitch.
No, boss bitch, just feminine, just girl.
This is good.
But when I'm at home, I'm like, I see no point in doing that. I'm literally not leaving this room for whatever it is.
Like I'm like what, 70% of the time.
Exactly. So what am I wearing? These black sweats that I have at Lulu and from Nike. These are great. Honestly, the best shout out. But then I wear like a sweater. But I will say I have been wanting to wear summer clothes. And it's not summer.
I know, it's been fucking freezing.
That is not on me. That's on Melbourne. Yeah. I'm blaming the weather here for that.
Alisha did a spring clean. Well, we both did a spring clean and we put all our winter shit away. Luckily mine is just in another cupboard, but yours are like fully under the bed or rolled up.
In a box.
Yeah, literally.
That's okay. But yeah, I think dressing up to some degree is important for me to do, but I also curl my hair. My hair is like my religious every week ritual that I non-negotiate. Some days I'm like a bit lazy and maybe if I know I'm going to be home the next 3 days, I won't curl it because there's no point. And I do sometimes think that the fact that I'm putting heat on my hair every 3 days is probably not the best. But I religiously have a really strict hair routine. I was talking about this to the girls that I caught up with for brunch.
Yeah, you do.
Charlene and Janet about, and they were like amazed with my hair routine. They were like, "Oh my God, you are so dedicated." But I love it. And I'm like, thank you. That's like my non-negotiable.
Yeah.
But curling my hair is really important. So when for context, I don't have Asian straight hair. I have very European, coarse, thick, frizzy hair, very curly, wavy. If I did curl method, I probably could get some crazy curls out of my hair, which I have done before. But
straws in the
there's straws in the cupboard because I try and like create shapes of my hair, and
so
it
cool,
will actually like go super curly. My hair's pretty good at holding shape. So with that being said, when I wash my hair the next day, it's obviously like crazy, like messy hair, waves everywhere and stuff. So then what I do is I'll curl it to this sort of look. And this is day 4. So I'll wash my hair today. But the fact that it can stay in this nicely shaped curl is nice. And so that's really blessing for me, because for me, that's like a part of something that I also consider a non-negotiable, that in order to feel good, like look good to some degree or put together to some degree, having my hair curled or straightened is like really important to me as well. So that's like another habit that I kind of implement.
Yeah, we're very thankful we have been able to cross paths with a lot of creatives ever since putting ourselves out there. I definitely would love to put myself out there a bit more personally. I know you feel a little bit the same as well in terms of like your content stuff, but obviously that's work in progress, especially when we're doing the things that we're doing. But we've been fortunate enough to cross paths with quite a few creatives and do some work blocks as well, which has been really awesome. Hopefully we'll invite them on the podcast very, very shortly.
Another habit we've been putting into our lives, which I think has been nice. I think meeting other agency owners, creatives in the same sort of field of what we do, creatives that do their own thing, but like creatives that do it for clients, I think are very different as well.
Absolutely. I think, we clearly saw that from one of the events that we went to where it was a creator event, and there were people, just doing it for themselves, which like that used to be me and that used to be you as well. But it's very different when you're servicing other people as well. And like we love it as much as we also complain about it and talk about crash out and burnout and that sort of stuff. But it's a very different ball game. So actually being able to meet people who are very much doing the same thing and juggling their own personal content too has been really, really awesome, because we're all in the same boat and we feel like we can get on really well, because it's like the transition I'm going through, right? So from freelance personal creative to business owner, it's quite a distinguishment.
Yes.
Quite a big jump between what those two different roles are. And like by no means is there any disrespect to either of them. They both have their pros and cons, but very different when you're speaking to people and how much value you could provide, but how much relatability you get between the two parties as well.
100%. Yeah, I think meeting creatives, and even we had a work block recently at O3 with 2 creatives that we know that are sort of in the same sort of work with us as well. It's just nice to just sit there and do something that we know we're all kind of doing and servicing together, and like the struggles, the pain. Oh, I don't know how to use this feature or that feature, or this is so annoying, or syncing audio or whatever it is together. It's like frustrating. So that's been like also a bit refreshing as well for us to feel somewhat a bit more confident again, to get back onto our our boots and keep walking has been really nice as well. So yeah, like I think these sort of small things that we do, I think, are really important to the overall outcome of what we produce. And I think if you're able to find a way to find small things in your life that you can enhance in certain ways that make you feel better as a person, and for and something that I've recognized as well in our relationship between you and me, Jadyn, is that your way of thinking of life is so different to, like, we have same morals and values in most things, but the way that you think in life, well, actually, no, I think same. I think pretty much the same. I lied.
I don't know. Maybe we need to chat a bit more as a couple. Hey,
analysis, but I think it's pretty much the same. But I think the way that you think in life or certain things, we've figured out that is different to the way that I think in life or process things are different. And so that's been really insightful as well, because we've started to figure out that like I don't have to come to the gym with you at 5 a.m. in the morning, like, because that's clearly just not something that is sustainable for me as a person. That makes me feel good, but it makes you feel good, so you should still go, right? Or like, what's it for me? Like, you don't have to walk, 2 hours on a treadmill. Like I do that because I feel good about that. Or,
well, it's just finding independence within the relationship as well. I think that's been a good learning maybe for you.
Yeah, 100%.
Is that safe to say?
No, 100%.
Because I don't think I'd really struggled with that necessarily. So being able to actually find separation within it has been nice, and it like gives us a bit of perspective in terms of like we do spend a lot of time with each other.
Yeah, a lot.
So actually being able to distance ourselves and then still have that excitement, like coming back and being like, that was such a good gym session, or had a really good brunch date with like my friends. Like I really enjoyed seeing you grow in that space because we knew how like anxious you were at the start. So being able to work through that has been quite refreshing, I think, for both parties as well. But that's not to say like for me, it's like learning how to actually think about some of the things that I do and not be so yes, just do it, and like go through the motions of life as well, and actually being a bit more I guess having a bit more insight into what the implications are in the future as well. So you've helped me like really start to think about, am I actually getting value out of this? Is this actually a good use of my time? And just being a bit more protective of it as well, because like we have to protect our time now. So that's why these small things are quite important, because they allow us to protect our time, but also feel really productive and good about ourselves within that time as well.
Oh, 100%. It's been, very, like, in some ways, as much as we could see it as, like, yes, we've been in a rut for quite a bit now, which is, like, not great, but we've also learnt a lot about ourselves and each other in that 2-3 months, and what we're capable of, what we're not, what we don't want to do, what we do want to do. And I think now that we're really making those habits to change that within ourselves and each other, I think our relationship is, like, on the up.
It is on the up.
It's on the
Yeah, we've been on the down. Nah, just kidding. But that's the whole point of this podcast, right? Like we always try to reiterate it. It's like we do want to share the wins and the losses, and more recently we feel like it's been a little bit more on like the gloomy side. So actually talking about like some of the things that we're trying to do. Hopefully we can share this to someone, or you find this useful if you're listening, and you feel like a little bit alone, or feel like things aren't going your way, because maybe we felt that for a couple of weeks there, and actually being able to come out the end of it and reflect and actually build some really solid foundations again has given us a bit more life too. And I guess it's weird because we have to obviously adopt the perspective, we're in our 20s, like when do you get your 20s? Like, do you either work hard, or do you enjoy your 20s? Like, which path do you choose? But then it's like we're working really hard, and then we're also burning ourselves out. So then we need to find ways to balance and find, although is balance a toxic word within your 20s? Like there's all these different messages that everyone's saying. So it's all very conflicting. So the point of the podcast, going back to the point, is to share our journey as well. And hopefully that whoever is listening can find some relatability. They can resonate with this, or they find it useful as well.
I think the topic of today is very much like, if you are in a situation and you have no choice to be in that situation, like you accept that first. Like accept the situation that you're in, because I think that's the biggest thing that people don't do, and they don't like to accept it. And now that you're like, people are accepting it, like if you can, accept it first. Now that you've accepted it, what are ways in your day, and it's like from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to sleep, what are ways in that day that you can do small things for yourself that make you, one, feel better, improve yourself, whether it's mentally, physically. Those two things essentially. It was like, is there more points? No,
is there more points?
Literally that. Like, what are ways that you can, mentally and physically feel better about yourself? And that's small. That could be like, small things. Like for example, me curling my hair, having a cold shower, I feel ruddy.
Calling a mate.
Yeah,
like
sometimes. Sometimes, calling a mate.
Going for
walks. Doing small habits like that, I think, are really important. And that will then lead you to then take a bigger habit, a good habit that you can create for yourself. And I think rather than achieving for this big leap of, I'm going to start going to the gym 5 times a week, or I'm going to, drink water, like 4 cups of water every single day, start small and build it up. And that has worked really well for me. And I think that's a good way to start.
Stop comparing yourself as well. That's also advice for myself. I feel like I just end up in a doom scroll on Instagram, and then there's another 16-year-old that's making 10K a month through selling courses.
Guru selling their courses. I love it.
Or some like jacked motherfucker who's Oh yeah, just
in Bali.
Just doing their thing, making 7 figures, just as you do.
Which is just go for it.
That's it, right? But yeah, I think just understanding where we are and acceptance, is a very good way to tell in this episode. Accepting that, sometimes in life you get dealt particular cards, or you're in particular situations, or you aren't the person that you were 12 months ago, and that's okay. Like trying to find the positives out of it and trying to rebuild the habits around.
Take control of your life.
Welcome to our life coaching podcast.
So if you're in a rut, reach out. We're in a rut too. It's okay. We're going to get through. Push through till Christmas, and then we can have like Christmas presents.
Fuck yeah, let's grind.
December's going to be expensive for you.
Bro, I actually don't want to think about it.
Anniversary, my birthday, Christmas.
Any ideas, please DM me. Thank you. And
See you.
Actually, no. Be sure to rate this show 5 stars. Thank you.
Oh.
I need to plug that every single episode.
And we have some exciting guests coming soon, so stay tuned.
We do. I need to shoot them all a DM.
Follow up with that. But we will see you in the next potty. Bye.
Bye.
Yippee. Wait, how long was that?
That was like,